Let's have a look at QANX. It's easy to find QANX on my list because it's the only one that's green. With Mu. So it's good to do updates on these tokens, you know, like every week or so, or every few days, just to have a look. It's good to have a look at the tokens when they're pumping, just in case you want to take profit or you want to scale back or something if it's coming into some significant resistance. This is the chart from before. I'm using gate.io. There's obviously other people have suggested that I use Dex tools or Dex screener for a cleaner chart. I'm not really fussed about the hack. It doesn't really bother me. I could ignore it by using a chart like this, but I'd rather just use TradingView, to be honest with you. I prefer TradingView, and Gate has enough volume to justify using Gate. Again, you just have to ignore this previous price action. Just ignore it if you can. Just ignore it. Although you can't, technically you can't 100% ignore it, because we did identify that there was a little bit of volume here which acted as resistance here. So it's not 100% ignoring, but yeah. So I still think that potentially that wick is a higher high. But I will never know. We won't know until that high is taken. At the moment, you see that we've had a little bit of a bullish buy up today. Let me update my volume. The point of control, well, did it change? Not really. Didn't change. I think I marked it off. Yeah, I've just updated it. No change. So the volume hasn't really impacted the volume, the value area. And we have that weekly level here. Let's just see how that reacted to the price. The price didn't actually get down to that weekly level, and already today, this week, we've had a nice buy up. Last week's weekly candle was it was a green inverse hammer, so that's actually quite a bullish candle at the bottom. It's a reversal pattern candle, but now we've had a buy up and we're right back into resistance, which is the point of control. So I mean, it looks quite good. I think it looks quite good. It looks potentially like a lot of charts are looking like a inverse head and shoulders here. That's what it's looking like to me at the moment. It's looking very inverse head and shoulders-y at the moment. But to know, we need a with volume break, and probably some kind of back test as well before we launch into space. And it will launch. If we do kind of flip this point of control, I think we'll go up quite fast, just simply because of that wick. And these wicks usually fill quite quickly. And if that happens, then we're looking at actually a much higher time frame kind of inverse head and shoulders pattern, aren't we? Potentially breaking. So it could potentially be really bullish. Yeah, you got like this almost this inverse head and shoulders forming. I don't know if people are familiar with the QANX project, but the more I kind of look at it, the more bullish I get. So it's definitely something for people to have a look at. I was telling my friend about the Qan Platform over a drink on Friday, and he was like, his eyes were like wide open, and his lips were drooling. He was like hungry. I was just telling about what they were developing, and actually what's really interesting with QANX are the partnerships. So they have a lot of really high-end partnerships, and also look at this Qatar VC deal, Linux Foundation. I don't know what that means. What does this mean? Renault brand, official brand blockchain partner. I don't know what that means. And then also they've done something with they're doing stuff with the EU. So there's a lot of kind of things happening. Blog, you can see it all in the blog. and they're out and about, you know, they're doing stuff, they're quite active, a lot more active than before. And they've launched their testnet, and now they're about to launch their launch it live. It's going to be a layer 1, and it's going to be compatible with EVM and with Binance, I think, and it's meant to be really easy to code on as well. I don't know, I have no idea, I'm not really a techie. So it's quite interesting. I'm really interested in this. The more I look at it, the more interested I get. All the information is on their Telegram, actually. So look, there's a lot of, and their Telegram community is crazy busy. Like, it's amazing. I come back and it's like 10 posts, 15 posts. Everyone's just like chatting, talking, asking questions. They're getting a lot of interaction from the developers or from the moderators. This is new. What is this? Coin Telegraph Accelerator. Let's have a look at that. When was that? October the 16th. This was like 5 days ago. Qan Platform has failed to announce its partnership with Cointelegraph Accelerator. Together, we're set to drive innovation and grow in the blockchain. I think accelerators are always good, yeah, because they accelerate. Don't they? They accelerate. We want acceleration. And if you see that they're getting all of this kind of press and all of this kind of these partnerships, and when you look at the price, it's still in a range. It's still in some kind of accumulation range. So it's a good place. Like, I feel like it's a really good place to accumulate, actually. Just looking at this chart, it doesn't look too bad. It's just gone sideways for a long period of time with one kind of big pump, which didn't, I mean, it wasn't a crazy pump. Like, it could have been more. It was only like 300, 400%. So I do think that this has a lot of potential to go up. I'm going to look at these charts. And the other thing that kind of interested me was their interaction with Vitalik, because I think I saw it. Let me see if I can find it. Probably not. I should save these posts when I see them. No, really can't. I can't remember where I saw it, but there's some interaction with oh, there it is. There, yeah. So Vitalik Buterin, who's developed ETH. Quantum computing is the incentive, if nothing else. EOAs, whatever that means, will be dead in the long-term future, whether we like it or not, because quantum computing will eventually break ECDSA. I mean, no one really knows what he's talking about, because he's just like he's like in his own world. No one really knows what he's saying. But then Qan Platform do know what he's saying. So that kind of gives me hope. Appreciate raising a crucial point. Quantum computing poses a real threat, not just to EOAs using ECDSA, but to almost the entirety of blockchain security. However, at Qan Platform, we've already built a quantum resistant layer 1 blockchain using NIST approved crystal dilithium, whatever. Like, literally have no idea what any of this means. It's like gibberish for me. Deployed in our enterprise blockchain and testnet via QANX link protocol, this ensures robust protection against future quantum attacks. We're ready for the post-quantum era, securing the next generation of blockchain check. Feel free to slide in our DMs anytime to clarify or expand more. Well, someone like him would have to do it. Like, I wouldn't be able to do that. But that's the point, isn't it? So they've identified a problem, and oh, this wasn't recent. This was a while ago, October the 18th. Oh no, this is recent. Look, October the 18th, 2024. This is actually recent. This is 3 days ago. They've identified a problem and they fixed it. They fixed it by creating a completely new layer 1. And the whole point of their layer 1 is it's meant to interact and work with the other layer 1s. It's not interdependent. It's connected. So But I mean, in terms of the charts, which is what I'm really interested in, I can clearly see that we're still quite good without too much changes. Let's have a look. Let's zoom in a little bit. See that? A little bit buying, a little bit market buying. So, and when I look at this range, I see a lot of greens. So I think people are quite bullish and people are interested in buying. So maybe someone was waiting for the weekly to close and they just wanted to market buy. Let's have a look at these. Thoughts, guys? Anyone has any thoughts? What I did before is I did where's the launch price? Oh, I must have deleted it. I had an image of the accumulation schematic, so I just wanted to see how that corresponds. But it could be a little accumulation here. Did I do it correctly? Let me have a look. I actually bought a bit more. I have been buying though, so could be a little bit of accumulation. There's different schematics. This is the question. Could it be? Could we have a little bit of an accumulation here? Just kind of with some LPSs here. And the test would be to get back above. So this is the sign of strength we need to see. Get back above this value area high and flip it into support, I think. Yeah, it could be though, like ST is here, ST and STB is here. The STs are here, but then this one is lower, and then you have an AR there, and then you have some LPSs here. So it looks like it could be, but this is what we want to see now. We want to see a little buy up, and then I don't think it's gonna, if we do get a buy up, I don't think we're gonna consolidate for a long period of time. I think it'll probably just back test and then go, if that's what happens, and then we have to see, right? So that's kind of my QANX update. Don't really have much to say about it, except we're probably in an accumulation zone right now. And for sure, if we do get a dip, nothing's changed. That's the dip. Yeah, if we do get a dip, that's really the right place to just go crazy. That would be at about 2 cents if we do get a dip. You could get a dip as well, like just this whole thing, it looks really bearish, but it's not bearish until you take out the low there. Okay, because that would be like a V. It would be like the inverse of a V, which would be bearish. The inverse of the other way around, which would be a V-shaped recovery, would be bullish. Yeah, but it's not, is it? This is like, if you reverse it, like this is the reverse. Yeah, ignore the hack data. This is the reverse. So look, it's kind of like that, isn't it? It's kind of like that. If this was this way around, it'd be like lower highs, and it's looking quite bearish. And this is actually looking quite, yeah, it's rounding here. So it's kind of rounding, isn't it? That's what it looks like. So naturally, the next thing we want to see is for it to collapse and to continue. And so actually, if you put it the right way around, that's really what we want to see now. We want to see the price now put in a higher low here, and then it impulse out of this area and take out that high. Really important. And so even though it looks bearish because you've kind of literally, you've given back so much of your gains, it's actually quite bullish because you're holding a higher low and you haven't taken out that low here. Does that make sense? And obviously, as long as you don't take out that low, it's kind of like this. So it's like, look, it's kind of like we had it here, didn't we? Look, like that. So you kind of want the same thing. You want exactly the same thing. Just this whole thing becomes a higher low here, just like we've done here, higher low here. As you started off from this point, higher low here, and then higher low here, and then we off we go. Yeah, it's kind of what we want. And so as long as you don't take out, I mean, I said this is the pivot that we don't want to take out. Could it round down to do that? That would look, like, for me, that would look bearish. And so I want to see a reaction to take us back up like that, to just reject from lower prices really in a sharp, snappy way. Yeah, I wouldn't want to see us linger. I'm just looking at the shapes and the formation. You want to drop here and then just kind of find resistance there, and then it would start, the whole thing would start to look really droopy, and then maybe then it would be really bearish. So I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying I wouldn't want to see that. But at the moment, this is looking, for me, this is looking quite bullish. So let's see how this plays out. I'm quite interested to see. The next thing that I want to see potentially is a kind of a sharp snap up, flip, and then off we go. Okay, higher prices, kind of similar to what we experienced here. That would be really nice to see. All right, that's QANX, a little QANX update for everyone, and we'll just continue to follow the project. Be nice to see big volume as well. I can see that the volume is kind of flattish or flat, and maybe that's going to happen when they launch live. And I was looking at their Telegram channel, and I think I did see them say that it was going to happen soon or this year. I'll see if I can find it again, but so many people posted that I lose track. Marketing here, was that 2.5 months till mainnet? I'm so excited on this. Did the team already confirm when V2, 3, 4 will start to not get delayed on this great launch by end of year? 2.5 months. 2.5 months. That would put us by the end of the year, huh? The roadmap points end of year 2024. So there's a lot of things talking about the end of 24. I don't know why people are saying 25. As long as they're on track. So that's the question, are they on track? The other thing that's going to really explode the price of this token, you have to bear this in mind, is that quantum computing is accelerating. It's being developed at a really fast rate. And, you know, if you get into a situation in the world where it does become used and starts breaking some of these other layer ones, then naturally you're going to see a massive rotation to projects like this. There'll be a rotation in the future. There could be a rotation of capital, so, and it could deprecate certain layer ones, and then the value will just transfer as projects move. They'll move. So anyway, let's have a look at this. Oh, I don't know, I can't tell, it's not very clear. Where's the roadmap? It says roadmap there, but doesn't give me exact timings. Testnet, 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 testnet. Yeah. All right, so that's a little QANX update for everyone, and I'm happy to have a look at it always. If people are interested, just give me a ping.